It's my pleasure, actually, to introduce our first award, Moments 2024 Ruth Bader Ginsburg Human Rights Award, which was established to honor Supreme Court Justice Ginsburg and her lifelong commitment to human and civil rights. This is a very special award for me, as Justice Ginsburg was one of my close friends for almost 50 years. I think it's really fitting that tonight Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton, another one of her close friends, of course Ruth had more close friends than Carter has pills, for those of you who are old enough to know that expression. Anyway, Eleanor is fittingly receiving this award. Many people know Congresswoman Norton as a tireless champion for the residents of the District of Columbia. Yep, give her a hand. It's not an easy job, and she's about to lose her vote again. This is a job she's done for 33 years. What many may not know about her is that she was a civil rights and feminist leader long before she came to Congress. During her time at the ACLU, she had a case especially important to me. She represented 60 employees of Newsweek magazine who had filed a claim with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, which she later ended up heading, against Newsweek magazine for discrimination. And because at Newsweek, women could not be reporters or editors, they could only be researchers. That is, they gave the guys all the stuff to make them look good. Newsweek settled not long after they filed the lawsuit, paving the way for women to be reporters at Newsweek and across the industry. And I speak for many women journalists today when I say we are incredibly grateful to Eleanor for opening that door. Congressman Jamie Raskin, who represents Maryland's 8th Congressional District, is with us tonight to present this award to Congresswoman Norton, an award he received in 2021. Jamie?
What an honor it is to be here with you and with Moment at this momentous moment in our history. So thank you all. It is thrilling for me and a little bit melancholy to be able to be here to give the Ruth Bader Ginsburg Award to Eleanor Holmes Norton. It's thrilling because there's really no more fitting recipient of this award in America, in the world, than Eleanor Holmes Norton. And it's a little melancholy and bittersweet because I think, am I the current incumbent office holder of this award? Or, yeah, I guess I am, so I've got to surrender it tonight to you, Eleanor. The political philosophers say that there are two aspects to justice, and I think this Ruth Bader Ginsburg Award going to Eleanor Holmes Norton demonstrates both sides of it. They talk about passive justice or administrative justice, and they talk about active justice. And passive justice is the application of the rules as they actually exist to the cases, or we'd say the cases and controversies. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was one of a handful of the greatest justices in the United States of America, and an absolute embodiment of this passive justice, which sounds a little bit too passive, but meaning taking the rules as they are and applying them to the facts of the case. And she did that as a justice, but she did it also, of course, as a pioneering, path-breaking lawyer as well at the ACLU, at the Women's Project there, and made people see things and understand things about equal protection in the Constitution that they had not seen before. And she gets the award now.
First, I want to thank my good friend and congressional neighbor and colleague in the House of Representatives for these extraordinary remarks and for introducing me this evening. Thank you so much, Jamie. I can't say how honored I am to be receiving this award until I am pleased and how pleased I am to have been introduced by my friend, Representative Jamie Raskin, a colleague and a champion of statehood and home rule for the District of Columbia. Thank you, Jamie. I am especially honored to receive an award named for a legal titan, Justice Ruth Ginsburg. Justice Ginsburg and I were friends for 50 years. I introduced Justice Ginsburg in her Senate confirmation, the hearing that was held for that confirmation. I was Assistant Legal Director of the American Civil Liberties Union when Justice Ginsburg founded the ACLU Women's Rights Project. The struggle for civil and human rights for all Americans has been the central theme of my own professional life. I would like to address a key civil rights issue, statehood for the District of Columbia. This country was founded on the principles of taxation, of no taxation without representation, and consent of the governed. Yet the nearly 700,000 DC residents are taxed without voting representation in Congress, cannot consent to the federal laws that govern them, and ultimately cannot consent to the local laws that govern them, because Congress has the final say on DC matters. The U.S. is an anomaly. We are the only democratic country that denies voting representation in the nation's legislature to the residents of its capital. DC residents are treated as second-class citizens. There is only one political solution that would give DC residents voting representation in the Congress and complete control over their local affairs. That solution is to make the District of Columbia a state. Thank you. In 2020, the House of Representatives passed my bill to make DC a state, which was the first time in history either chamber of Congress has passed the DC statehood bill. The House passed it again in 2021. While the recent election results were a temporary setback, we are well on our way to making the District of Columbia the 51st state of the United States of America. Thank you again for this award.